Good afternoon, really good morning still. But guys, we got a good one today. I'm heading to see a friend in the hospital. He had a stroke. Good friend of mine, grew up with him. But we're gonna go take us about a 30-45 minute ride, and we're gonna see, going to kind of my old area where I grew up, see if we might run into some friends and this, that, and the other, and kind of go from there. Other than that, I wouldn't mind talking today about these 18-inch Carlini handlebars. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm sorry, I was checking my camera real quick. These 18-inch Carlini handlebars are phenomenal. If you're looking to maybe even think about getting these handlebars, I would even now 16s maybe. I'm 5'10". I got a long torso, short legs, long torso. So the 18 inches look good for me. I don't know if you can see, if I can even back up. I don't know if you can see how I'm reaching out. It's slightly elevated, but nothing crazy. And I've had 16 inchers on my 2008 night train. I've got, and they're kind of, they're not so wide. These are pretty wide. I mean, I'm in super wide view on the camera right now, so my arms on camera look like they're, way out there. But in reality, that's just a camera effect that's going on. They're slightly higher than my shoulders, but I love them. I mean, I just love them. My other ones, they're a little tighter. I'm gonna say probably maybe even 6 inches tighter inside. So they're kind of a little bit of a tighter run like this versus this. I'm like, but I love both. I think the ones that are so tight, they're a little harder to turn. It's not quite as comfortable. You feel like you're almost like in a God, I don't know if I can analogize it, but it feels like it's like almost a little Sportster feel, I guess. Maybe that might be the way to put it. Like, and man, I love Sportsters. They're so much fun to roll. I mean, I just love them, but they're just not long distance bikes, and it is what it is. But here we go. We're gonna head off to Tyler. I'm heading from Big Sandy at my house, and it's about 70 degrees. It's a little on the chilly side without a jacket. I brought one. I may stop up here and put that on. It's just on the edge of chilly, but it's going to warm up here in an hour, and I'm not going to want it. I was just burning up there for a second. So anyway, but back to the Carlini bars. Seriously, I know I've got some work to do on this. I'm going to bring the traditional. Several things I love about it. First off, right out of the gate when I started riding with my Ape Hangers, I felt more in control of my bike. That's usually not what people say. They feel like, that's kind of like, they're like, oh my God, it's way up here. But you can just tap, I mean slightly tap on the end. And I don't know, I'm doing it right now. I mean, I'm barely tapping it and the bike moves. So from a riding standpoint, control-wise, I think it's way better. I think it's way better. I think comfort level for me, I guess I'm so used to Ape Hangers. To me, it's extremely comfortable. I'll have my moments, let's say 30-45 minutes down the road, where I'm like, yeah, I might rest an arm, but I think that I do that no matter whether it's an Ape Hanger or T-bars, whatever. I mean, I've ridden a bunch of different bikes, and I've never, I've always, you get arm fatigue no matter what. It's just part of riding. I tell you what I really love about them too is they just look magnificent.
and they make you feel like you're riding a motorcycle. I guess is one of the best things about them too. It's just a bad boy, you know, from the back, from the front, just they look so good. So I can't, you know, on my night train back when they had T-bars on it, I loved it. I thought it was cool because it made me feel like a Sportster feel on that bike. And that bike's got that kind of, you know, high acceleration, just get after it, bar hopping kind of feel of a bike. But over time I got tired of that because, you know, you want to go on a ride with guys, right? You know, and they're, you know, say you take a group ride and it's, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 hours. Whew, that bike would beat. I mean, you know, I was good the first hour, but then it got hard, man. I mean, it was really beating me up, and I guess maybe I'm just getting older. And then I got on this thing, and it was like sitting on a sofa. It felt so comfortable. And then when I rode it for my first 250-mile ride, that was it. I was like, okay. I mean, it gives you kind of a bit of everything. Now, granted, my night train is badass. I mean, when you go out and you get on it, I bobbed it out. It is really awesome. Unfortunately, a buddy of mine laid it down and scuffed up all the right side. I got to get all fixed up. But at the end of the day, my point is that night train, for just badass showmanship, can't beat it. But when you want to ride, and for those of you who like to ride, and I'm not talking down to the local bar, you know what I mean. You can't beat. You cannot beat the Road King. You know, and I see a lot of guys, you know, they buy road glides and, you know, the big fairing touring bikes across, you know, there's all the different levels. There's CVO. I can't believe I'm not thinking of all the, I mean, you know, the road glide, really, I apologize, guys. It's embarrassing. I should know every one of them. But you get my point. The big fairings, they're awesome. And I think particularly if you're riding from, you know, hundreds and thousands of miles, the big fairing bikes are probably more comfortable. But what I like about this, without that fairing on the front, I see everything in front of me. I still get the wind, which I love. And most of my rides are 150 miles or less. I am buying a windshield just for the very, very long rides. And I think that's the way to do it, because, you know, you can take that off and put it on. We'll see about that. But ultimately, if you want to go with the Ape Hangers, I mean, this, like I said, I can't get this enough. The Road King is such a awesome bike for the, you get the custom look, the bad, you know, like not quite, this isn't a cholo bike, but it kind of gets into that range a little bit. And then it still has a lot of style and flair, but it's got the comfort of that long haul, which is over the top amazing. We got to go get some gas. But the Road King honestly was a huge surprise to me. I gotta admit, I really fought getting a touring bike. I fought it forever. I really thought that, you know, if you're gonna ride a motorcycle, you ride balls to the wall, you know, and, you know, forget all this comfort stuff. And the other things are, you know, that those bikes with a fairing on them, they're, you know, they're $35,000-$40,000 bikes. That's before all the extras they throw in. That's a lot to come up with. It's a lot of money. And you know, this is kind of in that 21 range. You know, you can add a few things in there. It's still very, very expensive, but man, do you get a bike. Woo! Goodness gracious, do you get a bike. I mean, I can tour with this thing. I can go long distances. I can drive it right down the road. It's actually more comfortable, I would say more agile, believe it or not, than my night train. Of course, that night train has it's a lengthy bike, tire to tire, wheel to wheel. Its base is pretty, it's got that front end has been kicked out quite a bit in comparison to the other bikes. The rake angle is a little bit longer, so but this bike here, oh man, so comfortable. And I think that's it's made me kind of fall in love with riding again, because you just get up and go and it's just so relaxing. We got a historical marker up here a mile ahead of us I want to check out. I'll just pull in real quick. It's actually, church is going on right as we speak. But let's just take a look real quick. Yeah, this is just a church marker. I don't know why that's historical. I don't get that. Love you guys who are church going people, and I was for many years. There's a lot of honor and respect in it, but putting up your building for church is not a historical thing, in my opinion. Again, no offense. I want to hear things like the gentleman that I learned about recently. I can't think of his name. In Ore City, was the first guy that put up, a mill to cast all that iron, iron ore, and that's history. The fact that you guys came together in a church to put up a building, good for you. I think it's great. It's not historical. It's not historical. Now, if a church, something, happened there, like Martin Luther King came by and gave a famous speech at the church, okay, that's historical. I'm probably going to be, I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of comments for that. But so be it. I probably need to be more controversial anyway. Okay, historical markers across the road. We'll pull over here though. I'm gonna check this out. This looks like a good one. This one looks like a good one. Probably something about the river or railroad here, I bet. Just taking a guess. Let's go check this baby out. Okay, it's a Upshur County marker. Just gonna take a picture of it.
So Mr. Upshur was a lawyer, planter, slave owner, judge, and politician from the Eastern Shore of Virginia. Served as the Secretary of Navy and Secretary of State under President John Tyler. He served to negotiate the treaty that led to the 1845 annexation of the Republic of Texas to the United States. And he died in 1844 when a gun on the warship USS Princeton exploded during a demonstration. How strange.
Okay. Back to our adventure. I like to stop off at these little markers. Gives me something to learn about, and you know, on the trip, you know, on the way. It's fun. It's something to do while you're out on the road. You know, you can find their historical markers everywhere, especially here in Texas. We're real proud of our history here in Texas. In fact, we had Texas history as kids. We all grew up with Texas history, which, to be honest with you, was one of my favorite classes. It was really interesting. Lots of great characters in our history here in Texas. And so we'll go back and we'll learn about Mr. Upshur and his family and why Upshur County is named after him. Be kind of fun. Well, I tell you what, I don't know what it is about me today. I just want to get up and fly. 15 miles over the speed limit there. I gotta chill it out. Big Sandy. Lovie Smith, an NFL coach. I believe he coached for the Vikings for years. It's from here. Little bitty town. Not much here. There's a little music hall here, a little famous music hall, which is interesting. I haven't been there yet, but if you read about it, go on to Big Sandy. And I don't remember the name of the music hall. When I pass it up here, I might mention it, but it's really famous. Like, a lot of big guys, men and women who are big in the country music scene, have played here. And it's kind of one of those places where nobody even knows. It's just a dive. Or actually, I don't think the building's a dive. It's just the town is a dive. No, I live here, so I can say that. It's nothing bad about it. It's just, you know, one of the old small towns in Texas. It doesn't really have a whole lot to it, but well, actually, we got a couple stoplights, which is more than most. All right, let's get in here and get our let's get this taken care of here. What's here? Please pay cashier. I don't think so. I don't want to do that. I do not like doing that. Very irritating. Fix your pumps, people. Fix your pumps. Don't make people be inconvenienced. Come on now. Alright, boys and girls, we're stopping here at the gas station. I'll kick this off and get back to you when we're done. Okay, so we're back after going through a real pain in the ass. Let me tell you, I went through 3 pumps. You'd think they would fix the damn pumps. It's like, sometimes in the United States, I start to wonder if what the hell we're doing. It's embarrassing. It sure has changed since I grew up, I'll tell you that. Bunch of half-asses. Sorry, I don't mean to be pessimistic, guys. And last thing, we want to be positive and have some fun doing this stuff. By the way, the music hall is right here. I know you can't see it, but I'm about to pass it right here in the downtown area on my left. It's called Music Hall. Really creative name. Sign out front that says Music Hall. I can't say anything. Most of my dogs were called Blackie and Brownie and Spot, Red. Us country folk, I guess we just simple. What can we say? If you're ever in Big Sandy, Texas, the big staple here is the crawfish place, and we're about to pass that right now. I'm turning right now on the 155 off of Highway 80, heading south. That is a massive crawfish. Circle M as in Mary, crawfish place. You might be able to see it as I pass it here. That place, they put a lot of crawfish out, and I mean, I've been in there nights with 500-600 people in there. So that's what you do in Big Sandy. It's an open venue, no air conditioning kind of a place, but they'll mist it in the summers, and a breeze goes through there pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how long I've been riding with you, maybe 30 minutes or so, and I've been, you know, back to the ape hangers. You can see I haven't been fidgety with my arms. There hasn't been any tingling or any weird stuff like that. So that's just, you know, I wanted to point that out. So we got a historical marker here. Problem is, it's off the beaten path, and I'm sure it's related to this house here. So I'm gonna have to be awfully careful to get over there and take a look at it. And I'm gonna have to break down on this one, but this looks like a good historical marker. This is worth our time and energy right here. This is certainly worth our time and energy. It's called the K House. I can't even wait to see this. So let's take a look. I'm not going to take the GoPro down. What I'll do is I'll use my other camera, So there we go. Another historical marker down. And you know, if you take, I'll look this up on the internet. We'll learn a little bit more about it, and I'll give you guys some more information on it. All right, guys, we just finished the K House historical marker. Pretty cool story behind that one. Like I said, you can tell sometimes which historical markers are going to be better than others. But you know, this house has been around. You know, I think it was the 1860-ish time frame. And you know, just think of God, that's 160 years. Oh man, that's just amazing. 160 years ago is when this was going down here, when this was built. And you know, the history behind this, if the walls could talk. I just love that kind of stuff. You know, they came all the way out here, and yeah, I see this land now as it is with all of our amenities and how easy it is for us. We go to the hospital when we need help, and painkillers. You know, this is back in the day when the Civil War, you got shot, you were in big trouble, man. Nowadays, I mean, hey, you want to take my leg? Okay, well, I'm not happy about that, but at least I don't have to saw it off myself. Just drink whiskey as an anesthetic, but anywho, another 10-15 minutes tops. Go in there and spend some time with my buddy. He's a good dude, man. I don't want to say his name here because you know, I don't have his permission, and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable with anything that he's going through. It's just private information. But had a stroke, 48 years old. God love him. I mean, he's such a good person. We grew up together, which is interesting. We just didn't know each other that well as kids. He's a couple years younger, but I think he was in the grade below me. You know, he was kind of the young of that group. But you know, as we got older, he and I ran together in a hot shot business for a couple of years, and boy, did he work his tail off. That guy right there did not mess around. And then I found out that he was the president of an MC, and that really intrigued me. I've always been fascinated by the MC world. And so I ran with those guys for a while, and I still do. But anyway, I'm going to go see my buddy, and you know, it's no fun to sit in the hospital by yourself. Or with, you know, I'm sure his wife's there, but you know, we'll keep him company for a little bit. Show him that I care. Show him that, you know, you know, I was going back to the MC world. It's really fun. I mean, I love those guys, a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. It's just so much dedication to it. These guys that do that, it's its own world, and I just don't have time. And when I commit to something, I want to commit to something. I don't want to be half-assed in something. I can't stand that, you know. If you're gonna do it, do it. Videos about that. My point is I want to do things. I want to do some fun stuff in life and have you guys jump in on the journey with me. I want to raise money, take care of people, like, you know, these veterans. I think they deserve it. It's in my heart. It has been for years. I'm so happy about where I'm at in my life. But I would love to share it with a group of people and have that camaraderie with you guys. And I know in the winters, you know, everybody's like, they can't be on their bikes. And, you know, this is a time when you can come here and hang out, enjoy the show. But hopefully I can bring up good content for you guys, stuff that you enjoy, you get into, you're fired up about. I'm going to go, you know, like I said, I've been putting up, if you look at my channel, I've been putting up approval letters, but I really want to go see these folks more so than just talk about it and try to tape them. It's just hard because they don't want to be filmed, you know. Just, you know, you're not feeling well, or you're, you know, you get older, you just don't want to be on camera kind of stuff. I get it. I'm the same way, to be honest. But we just pulled into UT Tyler Hospital. By the way, right next door to here is a great nursing home for veterans. It's unbelievable. It's the best I've ever seen. And you should, if you need that level of care, you should check these guys out. Last time I heard, they were at 80% capacity, which, by the way, is very rare for a veterans home. And let me tell you, that is not a normal veterans home. That is above and beyond. I don't have any association with them at all. Not at all. But I've been in there 2 or 3 times to talk to the administrators about what we do and stuff, and they don't, you know, they didn't have anything to do with, they were like, whatever, you know, which is fine. That's their business. I think it's, you know, disappointing. They really should consider us, but whatever. Bottom line is, it is a great place, and you know, that's all I care about is those guys, you know, who's going to get the appropriate care. That's all I care about. And they, from what I have seen, have done a great job. All right, there you go. A little 30-minute ride together. We'll get back on it here in a bit. God love you guys. Well, of course, I went to the wrong hospital. Classic Scott, right? In the healthcare industry, take care of seniors, and I don't even know which hospital my buddy's in, so it's not that big of a deal. It's here, Tyler. We'll run downtown. All that does is make it even more fun for me to get to ride a little bit more and talk to you guys. So, there you go. But, we'll go have some fun with this. Go see my buddy, get him well, get him back on the road so we can go ride again.
I need to swing back by there. That is a really cool veteran memorial back there. I forgot that that was here. I've never gotten to go. But I gotta go see my buddy first. Let's do that first. I think I am going to head after this visit to the hospital to my favorite barbecue place in Tyler, Stanley's. So good. See this guy right here? You don't see him, but I do. He's just rolling out, rolling out. I know sometimes, you know, you can't see around signs and things of that nature. I get it. So maybe I need to chill out. Chillax. Just kick back and enjoy this beautiful day. God, thank you so much for this. Talk about taking the stress off of work. Take a nice little ride to come see your buddy. I have a feeling there's going to be a cold beer in store for me later today. By the way, I bought these Moto Stuka gloves. I just bought me another pair. I'm going to go with them a second time. Both of them, after about 15,000 miles on the road, they just wore right through. I don't know if you can see that. Wore right through. Both of them did that. A little hole right there. Now, that's a lot of riding, and I could have probably taken care of them better. I'll be honest with you. I probably could have taken care of them better. I could have oiled them more and this, that, and the other. But I will say this. I love them. Love these Moto Stuka gloves. They're just badass. Now they're kind of like thick enough when it's cold to protect you, and they're kind of thin enough when it's hot to not kill you. I went with a little bit different flavor of color this time. They're a little bit more expensive, but it'll come with, and it's oil, some sort of an oil that he uses on them. I think he's out of close to Austin, Texas. It's called Moto Stuka. Moto Stuka. If there's any downside to them, is I would say that they can get slippery, a little slippery on the leather, mainly because you know, you're supposed to oil these things on a regular basis. Just like any leather, you need to keep it oiled up, cleaned up. But I love them. They look so good, and they protect well. They're just a, you know, I guess I just rode a lot of miles this year, and you know, just wore right through the damn things. That's pretty funny. It's pretty impressive, I guess. To some extent, that's kind of impressive. You rode so much you wore through leather gloves. That's interesting. We're not that far from the hospital. Man, I love the sound of this bike. It's a different, you know, I got those, what did I get? Zombie baffles. And it's kind of a different sound, a little deeper sound. You know, my other bike had the traditional, why am I not remembering names today? The standard, the most popular pipes in all of the United States. What, goodness gracious, Scott. Maybe I'm having a stroke.
The short shots, it's the short shot versions of the get it out. It's S something. Come on, man, it's driving me nuts. I'm sure you guys listening to this are going, just say it already. Quit struggling, you big dumbass. Goodness gracious. Screaming Eagles. God, get it out already. Damn. Too many alcoholic beverages in my life. Or was that all those hits I took back in the day playing football? That's probably what it was more than anything. Turn me dumb. Turn me stupid. About to pass Stanley's here. I wonder if it's open today. It's not open yet. That would be disappointing. Disappointed. I would really be disappointed. Disappointed. I want to go to, of course, there's all kinds of places in Tyler I can go to, hang out, have fun, but that, man, that's a good. All right. Alright, we're getting to UT Health. The question is, where am I going to park? I think wherever the hell I want to. I'm riding a motorcycle. Go up on the damn lawn. No? That's inappropriate? Well, what the hell? I can't have any kind of fun anymore. Come on, turn. God damn. Where, oh where do I enter? I really want to go in there. I want to go in that little parking lot right there. So bad. That's an exit. I could sneak right past it, but it'd be wrong. It'd be wrong. And most likely I'd get a ticket and get kicked out. Don't do it, man. Just don't do it. Ooh, I could drive through the little walkway right there. Don't do it, man. It's wrong. I think I can just go through here without any issues, to be honest. I don't think they're even collecting cash. Not that I don't mind paying the toll. I really don't. I just don't want to have to deal with my, taking out anything. Oh, they're not in there. There's nobody there. Okay, we're good. Yes, I'm in a weird mood today for sure. I think it's because I'm actually having so much damn fun. Even though I'm going to a hospital, which is usually not fun, right? And I'm having a good time doing it. That's weird. It's really kind of weird and maybe even slightly sadistic. I think I found me a good little parking spot here though. We're gonna sneak on in here. And somebody's gonna get mad because they're gonna come up here and go, I found a spot. And then they're gonna see a motorcycle in here and go, that son of a bitch. But anyway, that was fun. That was fun. Let's go see our buddy. Take care of him.